The year 1495 saw the building of the world's first dry dock in Portsmouth, thereby ensuring her future importance as a dockyard, naval base and home port for the most technically advanced ships, including the Mary Rose. The 21st century will see a regeneration of Portsmouth Harbour to provide a base for two new aircraft carriers due to replace vessels such as HMS Ark Royal. At around 60,000 tonnes, the CVFs will be some 3 times larger than Ark Royal. To accommodate them, a wider and deeper approach channel into the harbour will be required. The existing channel includes a sharp bend and runs to the east of Stephen Foote, entering the harbour from the southeast. Although several options are being considered, the preferred new route to the west of Stephen Foote takes a straight line into the harbour but bisects the 300-metre radius of the protected wreck site of the Mary Rose. Should this route be adopted, complete excavation of the remains of the site must be considered. As part of their mitigation strategy, the MOD funded the majority of a defined programme of excavation and recovery during August 2003. The diving support vessel to shelling was secured on a 4-point mooring over the Mary Rose site. All divers use surface air supply diving helmets equipped with lights, video cameras and voice communication. The diving team at all times included a diving supervisor, diver and attendant, as well as a dressed standby diver. Access to the site was via a wet bell,
diver in the bell rope,
providing both an elevator and a safety refuge. Fitted with onboard lights, 2 additional air supplies and visual and voice communications with the surface, the bell was positioned just above the worksite to ensure short, horizontal umbilical runs. Deployed through a dedicated winch, the bell can support 2 divers and is operated by a trained winch operator and bell umbilical tender. As well as using divers, we trialled Monica on the site. She is a tracked underwater vehicle equipped with an airlift suction head. Visibility underwater was poor with low ambient light.
all stopping about.
The supervisor was responsible for running the dive via communications with the deck and diver. The supervisor also had a visual reference from the diver's helmet camera. Diver's depth and dive duration were both constantly monitored. We were unprepared for the barren nature of the seabed. It was as if a silt storm had engulfed the site. All of our survey reference points were buried. We had no visual points of reference. Some 50 to 60 centimetres of newly deposited sediment covered the site, obliterating everything. All that remained above seabed level was the sunken platform to the east, now a refuge for lobsters.
Let me know when you've reached the job.
As well as excavating spoil from the earlier excavations, we also intended to recover more modern debris. Monica was used to excavate the spoil mounds outside the hull hole. She remained tethered to the ship. The dive management system enabled us to deploy Monica and divers simultaneously. By using an underwater acoustic positioning system provided by Sonodyne International, we could plot to shelling's position on the surface. Underwater, this system provided precise positioning of site datums, divers, artifacts and Monica. With the aid of cameras and the virtual site plan generated by the positioning system, Monica moved on wide caterpillar treads. She excavated using an airlift fitted on a mobile hydraulic arm, enabling swift excavation through secondary deposits, with excavated material piped to the surface, where it passed over sieve for sorting. All objects, including modern items, were kept to give a full representation of what lies within the spoil. Finds were recorded by a conservator, and all Tudor artefacts were measured, photographed, and put into appropriate holding solutions on board. Many of these were eroded wooden fragments. However, some of the 380 objects recovered were complete Tudor artefacts. One task was to recover items intentionally left buried on site in the 1980s. One store area, to the northeast of the site, was excavated manually and all objects raised. These included elements of ship structure and large iron shot. Artefacts included a gunpowder chamber with lifting rings in excellent condition.